Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to thoroughly test and review the brand new Aurzen Pro on my right. As you can see, I also have the previous model, the normal one, for comparison to show the updates and improvements in both video and sound quality. Was it a significant upgrade? You will find out in this video by watching the results and performance of these two models side by side. The box and the brand has been renewed. Look what beautiful embossed images. Also, the basic equipment is really full. Look how much stuff you will have with the purchase of this projector. Starting from the HDMI cable, the remote control, the transformer equipped with power cables with German socket, and hearing, they also inserted these very useful and comfortable sticks that serve to clean the lens, and inside there is also a cloth, the warranty and the installation manual. The substantial differences communicated by the brand, and then we will check them, are mainly four. The first, the increase in brightness going from 200 luminancy to 350 luminancy of the D1 Pro, improvement in audio quality with an increase in power. We went from 8 to 10 watts. In fact, Aurzen has declared that the D1 Pro is much quieter than the normal D1 Pro. And finally, connectivity has also been implemented with the presence of the connection. The dimensions have also been increased, leading to the consequent advantage of being able to mount obviously much larger color dissipation grids. And also, look at the diameter of the lens of how much it has been enlarged, practically 1 centimeter. The slots have remained almost the same. Both have the 3.5 headphone jack, the audio video slot, 2 USB ports, the HDMI, the power supply slot, and the control buttons present in the case that had been very successful in the D1. They were also reported in the next model, implemented by beautiful blue LEDs that light up when touched so as to be more easily visible during projection in a completely dark room. The remotes have stayed pretty much the same. This is the D1 Pro and this is the D1 regular. Going into detail, there are the quick access keys for YouTube and Netflix, and for the video, the plus at least to adjust the volume, the arrow to go back, the 3 horizontal lines for the menu, and these F-F+ keys that serve to adjust the setting off. And now that I have explained the differences, at least on paper, between the D1 and the D1 Pro, we just have to go and test in the field and now place the two Aurzen, one on top of the other. Here is my Sony, and here are all the list 3 and 60 that I used as a pedestal. Above you find the video projected by the Aurzen D1, and below the video projected by the Aurzen D1 Pro. All that remains is to project the same YouTube video in both projectors and analyze the differences. The reproduction has started. You can see nothing even with the naked eye. Look at how brighter the lower part is projected by the Aurzen of a Pro compared to the upper part where you see slightly more opaque. Even the colors as seen from this close-up look much better. In the Aurzen of a Pro, you also see the eyes and details as seen much more marked, and also the colors as are much brighter in that of the Aurzen of a Pro than in that of a normal one. Obviously, the normal D1 already had a good basic quality, but you can clearly see it. Improvement, I wanted for you to put the images one on top of the other so that you too can understand the differences. I hope you can see it well from the camera, because to the naked eye they are perceived really well. Look also in these frames, how do you see the difference of 150 lumens? Additional anxiety of a Pro. Obviously, in a completely dark room and with a perfectly reflective cloth, the differences become subtle, but look at the difference. If I go to turn on lights, the lower part is much brighter because the lumens greater than. Of a Pro means that in less than perfect light conditions, i.e. in a room that is not completely dark, you will have better quality and you will be less dependent on the completely dark room. And now I want to make you feel the difference in sound, because as you know, the new Aurzen D1 Pro has 10 watts of bass compared to the 8 watts of the regular D1. This is the audio of the Aurzen D1. As you feel, the quality is not bad. You feel that the power is 1/8 watts. Now I'm going to stop by one and you hear that the D1 Pro has started. Look at the difference. It feels significantly more powerful. Also, observe the brightness inside. It's spectacular. I must say, the power difference is very evident. I almost have to shout to speak over it. Thus, I can confidently say that the upgrade from the normal model to the Pro version is substantial. And after concluding the comparison, let's take a short tour of the settings of this one of the Pro. To access, simply press the 3 horizontal buttons and the settings homepage will immediately appear. Very clear and simple to understand. There are 8 personalizations. One of the most important is the projection option, where you go to indicate to the house where you have placed the projector. In this case, I placed it in front of the screen, as you can see from the camera. So this is the correct option. If you go to fix it in the ceiling, it will be enough. To change the setting, you can also zoom in and out the screen, as I did before when I made the comparison. Look how I can shrink the projection area. It can be reduced by up to 50%. It's really a lot of stuff. If you happen to have a smaller canvas, maybe you have furniture, you can also adjust the size of the projection, and of course it is saved automatically, so once you turn it on, it will remain at the size you want. As for connectivity, you can connect it either with Bluetooth or with other devices such as smartphones. You can change the bass, treble, and even the sound style. In this case, it is in standard mode. You can customize the brightness, contrast, saturation, tint, sharpness, gamut, and even color temperature. I advise you to keep them in standard mode, but if you are geeks, you can change them at will. If you go to click instead on the wheel, there are the real settings, days in which you can change the language, the setting, now the screensaver, the alarm clock, and many other features that were obviously present in a normal one. And now I have started a video on YouTube in high definition, so let's take a closer look at the characteristics and quality of this one from a Pro, because before we compared it, but now I have set it to 100 in. And also look, if they are completely next to the cloth, the quality is really good, so it does not lose minimally if you have guests who will sit, let's say, a little diagonally. Compared to the screen, also look at the reflection of the water, if it is truly natural. My goodness, I almost have goosebumps. I hope it looks good on camera. As for the projection size, this AURZEN 1 Pro can even project up to 200N. I would say that it is a perfect projector both to watch videos inside the house, but also projected on the wall of your home so you can watch a movie or a game with your friends in high definition. And if you happen to move this AURZEN often from one room to another, you don't worry about focusing, because it has both automatic alignment and correction to road. I am playing Halo 3 on this projector and playing Halo on 100 in. It is truly a super experience. Oh my god, we've already done the first kill. However, regarding the connection and especially the quality, even during a gaming test, I must say that this projector is particularly amazing. I like the colors like crazy, and the sound is also really a lot of stuff. This AURZEN is really a great projector that you can play with if you have a PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch with your friends to make beautiful matches to The Last Blood. AURZEN's site has also been completely renovated. Of course, on the front page are the last 3 projectors, the boom tray you saw in the last review, the D1 and the D1 Pro. Let's also look at the price. As you can see, it is currently sold at the launch price of $279.95. But the surprises are not over, because if you enter the discount code of UNOPRO30 at the purchase stage and apply it, you will have 38% discount. I greet you and see you in the next video. Hello!